I know I shouldn't have put a bite in my mouth right before I started. I'm just really hungry. That's part of what I need to say, talk about on here. But I'm gonna mute it so you don't listen to me chew. And then I'm gonna talk about white food as a food group. White as a food group. Um and yeah, a whole bunch of things that I'm really excited to talk about that I wrote down so I don't have to remember them because I wrote them down. Okay. Mute. Well, I'm gonna finish getting ready and having my emergency snack. Yeah, I've been eating. I should have eaten a long time ago. I'm starting with a 15-minute timer instead of a 25-minute, a full Pomodoro segment, because I actually am trying to get my other workstation set up as quickly as possible, and I want that to be like definitely max. Okay. Every time I check my computer to see if it's charging, and I see, I don't know, that always reminds me of growing up without electricity or computers. Actually, computers didn't like exist except in huge rooms when I was a kid. Okay, I gotta keep. I mean, it's so cool to have electricity and to have a fucking computer. Like, it's way better than James T. Kirk's. Everything I've got is better than what James T. Kirk had. All right, feel set up enough, and actually, I was like, well, quick. Okay, it is exactly 1 o'clock. I like kind of starting that top of the hour. That sounds fun. All right, so, uh, so if you happen to be wondering what the fuck here, I'm trying to put notes in the description that I don't have to explain it every time, but um, Uh, a pomodoro is a relatively short period of time where generally I and lots of other folks like me are able to kind of stay on one thing with minimal like hopping around, depending on what's happening. But anyway, 25 minutes tends to be a time that a lot of people can like do, and then a 5-minute break, and then repeat that. Um, And I think a traditional Pomodoro, as it was originally designed, is 4, and then you take a long break. But I haven't done that many in so long. I don't know. I usually do no more than 3 at a time because 90-ish minutes is like a max for me. I'm already feeling a little elevated, but I know that this is my only opportunity to do this work block. So I have to do it right now. Um, I have no idea where I was going with that. Okay. Okay. So what am I working on? Oh, right, that's right. I some of these ideas, I'm just trying to get them out the first draft, and so they may or may not come out accurate representation of what the idea actually is. Um, and just because I think it's fun, I'm going to name some of the themes that are coming, that are like present in what I'm going to talk about. So, one of the biggest is uh, figuring out what is my actual authentic who whatever actual authentic self. What is that? Who is that? What is programming that I've received or like what believed, whatever, um, that I can peel away, and what are parts of myself that have unmet needs, and that's why they're like wiggin. Um, so I don't know. So I'm it's kind of like when I was a beginning knitter, I never got very good at it. Maybe someday, I don't know. Maybe crochet is more my thing. I haven't tried it yet. Anyway, I unraveled a lot. I would start a pattern and I'd be like, "Oh my fucking god, no, it can't." And it would usually be a combination of extremely loose, extremely tight. My hands were hurt. It was just so I unraveled a lot of yarn. I bought it at Goodwill, so it's not like it was expensive, but I also it was fun to unravel it too. It was like a part of the ritual, I guess. Anyway, so I am unraveling. Um, uh, I burp a lot. If that grosses you out, then sorry, you gotta go away. I'm unraveling a professional career of training that was extraordinarily beneficial in a million ways and is the foundation of every one of my genius ideas. um, of many of them, I can't say everyone, but there's also aspects of it that I need to disentangle so that I can simplify, so that I can remove all that didn't work because there was more of that. Um, but one of the main things that I've been working towards is I am autistic. That is a new awareness for me. I also know that I've experienced over my entire life is 51 and a half years, but I think I wasn't cognizant of this kind of stuff till I was a little older than an infant. Anyway, my entire life that I've been aware, I have paid attention to. Um, okay, what was it? What was I going for there? I don't know. It'll come back. No. Oh, that's right. Okay. Um, one of the genius aspects of myself that I think is I hope I'm able to explain it. Um, I don't know how common this one is. I don't know. Maybe other people are like, oh, I totally do that too. Anyway, I go into a system. Let's say I'll use Robert Half International. I worked for them for 7 years. I'll use that as the setting. Uh, I go into a place. I didn't have a lot of awareness of really what was happening there. I think the first time I worked there, because might have been, oh yeah, it was like right as I came out of college with Office Team, which hopefully is still around because it's fucking amazing. And I that meant they send me out to different offices where I'm there for a couple of days to a couple of weeks to a couple of months. I always get to say yes or no if I like one. There wasn't a lot of like, you have to stay here. And then what I picked up is every place I went, I learned something new. Every place I went, generally had like dumbass, really simple things to have me do, especially in the beginning, because I didn't have a lot of skills. So I learned a lot of simple dumbass things that I did eventually need, like kind of one at a time, which is like fucking amazing. And my best part is I got paid for it. I got paid for my professional education, which is amazing. Anyway, so I went into all these different offices, and I learned their culture and how they did things. And I've got, I don't know how many different temp offices I've been in, but it's a fuck ton, a fuck ton, three if not four digits. Um, and so that yeah, that's one way. Through really short-term transitory experiences where it's like learn it real quick, and sometimes there's a lot of boredom, which I also used wisely and typically educated myself about something, or rested. Sometimes I rested, depending on if, like, literally they had nothing for me to do. Um, but yeah, I got paid to do that. So that's another one of my geniuses. So I learned all that. Then I go work for Robert Half International. They hired me full time because they had seen me over these years come and go. And my first full time job was through Office Team. I did go job hunting a couple of times, but mostly I got my jobs through Office Team. And so, yeah, I don't want to talk about the first one. Robert Half International was a traditional corporation. There was multiple departments, there was multiple locations, there was multiple states involved. It was a nationwide organization, but we were. I never really knew anything about anything out of California, Oregon, Washington, and I think eventually Idaho. Oh yeah, we got Arizona at one point too. So that was the context. And this this fucking corporation was so goddamn. This is fucking ridiculous. It was so conservative. In 1997, when I went to work there, um, I don't know how old I was. Anyway, 1997, I go work in this place, and there's a dress code, which, yeah, I get it. That was common at the time. Dress code was business, which is a fucking pain in the ass and tends to be expensive, really hard to keep costs down. Um, and at that time, 1997, women were not allowed to wear pants in the dress code. The dress code specifically stated women, I can't remember the words, but women can't wear pants. Like that's the upshot. And then the second, add insult to injury, regardless of fucking weather conditions or anything, or sensory issues, you're required to wear tights or nylons. Nylons are a fucking torture device. I fucking hate whoever decided that nylons had to be worn by all women. And I know that that's not so common anymore, thank fucking God. And now people can just choose it. You know what? If you like how it feels, fantastic. Once in a while, I actually would find like silky ones. I'm like, okay, that feels nice, but that shit is torture. So being told I had to spend part of my income on shit I fucking hated, it was uncomfortable, it was itchy, it was expensive, made me furious. So I got into that system. I learned every single level of administrative position through experience, as well as training others, as well as managing others, as well as creating training programs for all of the administrative staff in the region. Obviously, that was a progression, but yeah, I went. First step was become the lead administrator of a branch, and then I became the area administrator of 3 branches. No, I was an assistant regional administrative coordinator. Anyway, um, Oregon and Washington was yeah, it's like it's astounding. It's pretty cool to be able to say out loud what I learned. But just to give the context of it was just yeah, as traditional as companies get. In fact, we still use paper goddamn motherfucking handwritten files for years after I got there. Years. And then we finally decide, okay, let's automate, let's get computers. And every single person has to get a brand new computer, and none of us know how to use them. And then we have to put all those paper files into computers. And there were thousands of them. And so, guess who gets to be the bad guy and create the system to go, okay, guys, this is what our schedule looks like when you come in on weekends and input data. And these are like salespeople who are like, are you fucking kidding me? You have no idea how many prissy, um, like entitled, I've never done this sort of stuff. I've always had an admin do it. Why am I not? Oh my God. Anyhow, I had to be the one who cracked the whip and organized the schedule and was like, come on, you guys, I got you a really good lunch. I know this sucks, but what do we got to do to get like each of us 10 more files in? And God, it was miserable. Anyway, I learned a lot. it's, it's so funny actually now. It would take a really long time to describe all of the really amazing experiences that I got to have. Like that, that was such an incredibly lucrative training program for me. Those 7 years um, at Robert Half International. So I took from that everything that sucked ass and have tried to let that go. But because a lot of the things that sucked ass by working for that major corporation are emulated by other organizations and small businesses, just fucking stupid. Like, y'all, if you really looked back a couple of generations and you realize, like, oh, back in the 80s and 90s, kids started growing up in these basically, if your parents weren't professional and 2 incomes and you didn't have like all this stuff, like your life sucked. And I mean, this is just a story. I don't want to get off track. Fuck. Yeah. Anyway, I took everything that was fucking stupid out of that and continued to see that's fucking stupid show up in every new business because they didn't know any better. If all you've ever seen is this bullshit, oh, well, that's how it's done. And all the books are written about it. Oh, this is how it's done. No, it's fucking stupid. And it's gotten worse and worse. Just like if you've ever seen Idiocracy, you know, they explain how there's this progression of like orientation towards idiocy, and all the smart people die out because they're smart enough to know that anyway, this is Idiocracy. Businesses emulating themselves after those major corporations. So I've extracted what's bullshit and I have kept what's amazing, and I've been fine tuning it over the course of years. Unfortunately, um, that was the need for that was coming from a place of at one stage I'm like, I think I might die if I don't, like, literal. I'm super literal, so hopefully generally people take me super literal because I am, and that's how I speak. So I was very sick, and if I didn't figure out how to track things like brush my teeth, take my pills, eat food multiple times a day, take the dog out to walk, if I didn't write them down, it wouldn't happen. Even the most basic. I would get to the end of the day and go, "Oh, fuck. I walked the dog great, but she was pissed both times because I couldn't get out of bed and took a while, and I forgot to shower, and I forgot to brush my teeth." Like, that was always my sign that shit was bad. If I don't remember to brush my teeth, that's an indication of serious concern, and that had been going on, so I had to track. Um, and that was so that's kind of this birthplace, this jumping off point. I was burned down to the ground. I came back to the bare bones basics, and and reviewed kind of what I learned from those professional experiences. The University of Oregon was another just amazing, multi-layered experience. Um, Extracting the basics, the bare bone basics was the most important things that I need, super simplified. And then since then, about 2016, I've been building on that, and I've been learning new things that come up because, fucking Bujo, but bullet journals were totally didn't exist. I came up in the Franklin Planner years, and I literally called it my brain. And one time I lost it, and it oh my God, that was like, oh my God, it's so bad. Anyway, um, uh, Franklin Planner was very restrictive. It was helpful. I learned a lot from it, but too restrictive. And so, but again, it's a good foundation. It's also obviously I am always learning within the neurotypical environment how things are done, and because the neurotypicals expect people to do are so fucking stupid and unkind generally to everybody. I just think neurotypicals don't notice it. They're just like, "Oh, it's just I'll take whatever is given to me." And then there's folks like me who are kind of more of a canary in a coal mine and are like, "Oh my God, you guys, I gotta get back." Part of this I haven't eaten. Oh, white. That's what I was gonna do. Okay. White is a food group. Some people understand that, maybe not a lot. This is a steamed cauliflower. Nothing on it. This is a pretty complex meal actually for me. This is Greek yogurt where I did add some color. That's frozen blueberries, which I like that because that means my natural eating pattern is okay, which just means I have a couple of bites every so often and I keep coming back to it. But yogurt tends to get warm before I finished it, and that's fucking disgusting. So I put frozen blueberries in, and that makes it's vanilla Greek yogurt, and then pumpkin seeds because I don't know if it's my age or what, but again, I'm going on 52. Hope I did. Yeah, going on 52. My cycle is whacked out. It's too short, so I eat pumpkin seeds to help. Yeah, bring that back in line. It's amazingly effective. I've also eaten a lot of popcorn. I've eaten a lot of my primary comfort food, which is Barilla gluten-free spaghetti with a lot of butter, Parmesan cheese, salt, and pepper. I've eaten a lot of that. Popcorn's my other major one. A lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, celery. There's actually hard-boiled eggs. There's a lot of things that are white that are actually healthy. It's not just like Wonder Bread, which is not real food. So I know that I'm getting a lot of sugars that may or may not be ideal, but I'm kind of in one of those spaces where it's like I absolutely must eat. I know I've gone too long, but because food just sounds gross right now, it's really hard to get myself to eat anything. So I have to have this whole power struggle between like my kind of mom self or wise, hopefully wise self, and my child self, which is being in, of course, in my prior experience as well as memory, is being that role is being played by my daughter. And so she would be like, I don't want to eat, and I only want to eat this one thing, and we need more than one food item that goes into your body. That's not enough diversity. That's um, so I figured out a lot of ways to try to meet her needs while also getting some nutrition into her. Um, so that's what I'm doing now. I will. It's at this point where it's like, whatever it is, whatever you'll put in your damn mouth. I've tried not to. I probably did swear. I wouldn't have. I was me now. But anyway, just whatever you'll put in your fucking mouth. Let's just give it to you. You're miserable because you haven't eaten. But I don't want to eat. It just sounds gross. And but you'll feel better when you eat. No, I won't. It'll make me nauseous. Maybe. But can we please try? Because it might also make you feel great. And it really usually seems to help. Most of the time, it helps. I know it doesn't always, but most of the time. So we had that conversation a lot. All right. So perfect. It has been exactly 24 minutes since I got on here. And I actually didn't remember to set my timer. I've done these enough that I now have an intuitive clock for time of 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 25 minutes. So the ones I've trained myself in. Okay, it's time for a 5-minute break. All right, I have no more than 25 minutes right now because my sweetheart is coming home a little earlier than I expected. And so I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes. And so just to start, while I silence again and go on to and actually eat something, I decided my yogurt's too cold. So I had intended to warm the blueberries up a little bit first, um, and I forgot, and I put the yogurt on top, and then I was like, oh. So I guess I could have washed the blueberries. I wish I would have thought of that when there was only a little bit of yogurt. Um, anyway, it's too cold, so I'll package that up with me when I go driving. But it's so exciting when I go to the fridge. I don't usually remember what's in the fridge. Like I might have put it there. I might have cooked it. I have already eaten some. Like it doesn't matter. I do all the shopping and I don't know what's in my fucking fridge because I forget. It's not an important piece of data for me to hold on to. That's really the important thing. But and the upshot is that means now and then I go to the fridge and I am reminded of something that I'm like, oh, I totally forgot I had this and that sounds great. I'm gonna have that. And so then I have a like, thank you, past Heather, for leaving this for me. So what I've got in this mug that says the magic is in you, which is true, is I have some homemade beef broth from Bear's Kitchen, which is my mother. And I don't love beef broth for drinking. I prefer chicken broth, bone broth for drinking, but it's what I got. And it's super healthy and there's a lot of good stuff and I believe there's a lot of protein in it. And so it's not from the white food group obviously, but the white food group often is paired with a little bit of tan food group or brown. So we've got some brown there. And now I've got some bubbies and bacon, which is one of my favorite white tan meals or snacks. So yeah, the Bubby's sauerkraut is really good for gut health, and the bacon is because bacon. You don't get mad at me if you don't believe this, but bacon can make everything better. So I have bacon snacks on a regular basis. There was a period of time when my daughter, who is now a pescatarian, I believe, went through a bacon phase, and yeah, I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember this specific story that I was about to say, but we used to go through a lot of bacon because we both liked it a lot. Okay, I need to eat, and I need to prep for. Oh my god, I'm so excited! Um, I finally have a bunch of concrete ideas, concrete things to actually uh, demonstrate an extremely abundant life based on. So I'm starting to actually like um, demonstrate practical divine compensation is. Oh, and I forgot there's one more thing in the tan food group. This is tan This is Papadums from Trader Joe's. I love them a whole lot, for a million reasons. But yeah, those are part of the canned food group. Okay, silence. Okay, I've bolted down some bacon and bubbies and bacon. So this is not one of the things I want to talk about on my actual budget from the past few weeks. So it's not that specific, but it does. It is another model of amazing. So this is one of those humongous hoodies that's like wearing a blanket. This one happens to be what's called the comfy. And I had one. My daughter gave me hers, which I really loved because she had it for a few years. It's still in great shape, but I don't want anything to happen to it. I want it to like it's kind of something I cozy with, in the house. So I don't want it to get dirty. So I wanted another one that I could actually wear. And one day this came up on my local Buy Nothing group. Buy Nothing is amazing. I get that that's part of where a lot of my divine compensation comes through that particular um, portal or whatever. And this came up. I happened to be the one who it was given to. It still had tags on it. Like, so I don't know how much one of these costs. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, at least, I don't know, 30 bucks, 25, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway. What else? I feel like was there something else? Oh yeah, the cold room still. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna start with yesterday. And what I'm doing here is I'm hoping that I'll have a volunteer, someone who will listen to this at some point. There's obviously everything in divine timing. Someone will listen to this and they will write down all the numbers and descriptors and stuff that I say, because eventually what I want is a spreadsheet that kind of tracks all of this stuff. So perhaps somebody volunteers to take the notes, somebody volunteers to make me a spreadsheet with all the categories and columns. And when someone is chosen to make that and gift it to me, then that's when I'll like kind of take it to the next step. But that's how I sort of see collaboration and community support going forward. I start a ball rolling, others jump in and do some of the actual like work, and then they show it to me, and then I get the ball rolling again. That's my role. Roll. Okay. So, practical divine compensation is, to me, I look at the actual experiences I'm having, places I'm going, things I'm receiving, and the reason I put dollar value to it is because I know that that's a language many people understand. I can literally tabulate it if there's no airy fairy about it. So it's not that I'm like, look what I got, and I didn't spend any money. It's like, look what I got. And I didn't have to spend any money. Anyone can do this. This isn't capitalistic sponsorships, talk about shit because someone paid you to. No, this is s- uh, gifts from the universe flow through other humans to me, and I received directly things that I was excited about, that I loved. Many of them I had specifically asked for, just by like, I really love one of those. I can see myself wearing it, and God, it's cool, but I'm not gonna buy one. It's not worth buying one. And then I might get a intuition to go look at Buy Nothing, and something like that'll be on there. So uh, I did not have to spend money to buy that thing that I really wanted. And I also did not need to spend the time to earn the money to buy that thing I really wanted. I just received it as a gift from the universe through someone else who was meant to be the portal for that. Um, but so that's exciting. And so, yeah, put dollar amounts to it. Anyway, I don't know if somebody wanted to look up real quick, like how much a comfy costs maybe on Amazon, because then if you give me the link, then I can go turn it into an affiliate link. So that's another way. Okay, I'm excited about that part of divine compensation. That's where I receive the things, the bounty that comes my way. I do not pay cash for the bounty that comes my way typically. If I do, it's an extreme discount. but I receive the benefit, the elevation of my life experience. I can translate into a dollar amount. So yeah, I receive this for free. Someone gives me a link on Amazon where I can find it. I make my own link, my affiliate link, so that other people could find it if they want to purchase it. I mean, there are still a lot of people who are going to be in that realm as well. I'm just stepping outside of paying cash for everything realm. Um, and taking advantage of big companies. So if you're going to shop at Amazon anyhow, and if you click on a link that I made of one of the things I've talked about, then a little bit of Amazon's cash goes in my pocket. So it's like just a little bit of, I don't know if altruism is the word, but by spending an extra few moments of like, oh, I'll click on one of Heather's links before I go to Amazon, we're being Robin Hood and we're like taking money directly out of Amazon's pocket and putting it in mine. So that's another form of divine compensation, making a big company pay for send me the actual cash. The cash I receive tends to be through the portal of a company. So that way I don't feel any fucking guilt working the algorithm so that it pays me, like the Lyft algorithm, so it pays me double, like literally double what the average driver makes in town. Therefore, Lyft is paying me the cash I need to do the things I need with cash, but that I allow uh, everything else that elevates my experience to come to me in other ways. So, yesterday was a banner day. I bought a snowboard 20 years ago. I don't know, maybe more than that, maybe 25 years ago. I bought a snowboard, boots, bindings, a bag. And that was one of my very favorite activities to do with my ex-husband. We did do it a number of times. I definitely got amazing value out of my equipment. And then at one point, I bought my daughter her own boots and bindings. She had a board too, but the board, I don't remember where the board went, but her stuff was at least 10 years old. So, yeah, I probably spent a good amount of money on it back then, but I definitely received value out of them already. But I go to next adventure, I give them all of that and say, tell me how much you'd pay me for that. They come back to me later like $125. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I need a couple things for my dog walking so that I can be comfortable and safe. I need some waterproof, good quality walking shoes. I needed a lightweight rain jacket to go over my favorite puffy jacket is not waterproof. So I just need a lightweight thing to put over it that is. When the electricity went out recently, I was really stressed out that we didn't have a Coleman stove so that we could still cook without an electric stove. Like I said, really want reflective stuff to make me highly visible. Um, so yeah, those are all things that have been on my list. So all things that I'm like, I need that. I need to keep an eye out. I've even purchased a couple things brand new, like a leash. I bought brand new because I was so specific what I wanted. So I go walking my happy ass around the next adventure store area, the basement area, where is all the stuff they've brought in. And I find these are the first things I found, which are actually men's, but I've decided I think I love men's shoes because they're wider and I have a much bigger toe box. A man's 7 would probably fit me slightly better. So I'm wearing them around the house to make sure that they're not going to give me blisters. I just wear slightly thicker socks. These, I actually looked up, let me actually get the numbers. Okay. So the way I identify value of things and then I'm able to identify what the divine compensation dollar value is I get something like this and this item was brand new, still have the tags on it, has never been worn. If I had purchased them new at retail, it was $130. I paid $30 for them. And so yeah, these are amazing. I did not expect to get brand new ones. I did not expect to get ones that are cute. I was like, settle for these fucking ugly things just because it's something that I need and I don't want to waste money on shit that's ugly. So, okay. So far, value $130 if I bought it retail. Actual cost $30. But also track that I had $125 credit. So all that I'm about to say, I actually spent absolutely no cash on because I had store credit. So this was the first major find. If this is all I had found, I would have been fucking over the moon delighted. But it's not. It's not all I found. Okay. Then I found this. What's this brand? They usually, I mean, they have really nice stuff, good quality. Okay, this is Marmot brand, which is really high quality stuff. So I know that it's not going to fail really quickly. It's got good zippers. This one doesn't have zippers in the armpit, which I really like, or vents, but this one I was able to get for only $7, and I like how bright it is. The other one I really liked was black. I said, that's not a good idea. It doesn't matter that it had armhole vents. Anyway, I got this for $7. And when I looked it up, I couldn't find something exactly the same, but it looked like, based on price points of everything else, this new was $80. I paid $7. Not that long ago, we were out of power for only a few hours, thank goodness. But it reminded me how far up shit creek we'd be if we were out of power for a while, because there's no way for us to cook at our house. I let my Coleman stove go a really long time ago because it was kind of a POS, and I didn't want to lug it around anymore. And so oh God, there's a Coleman over here. So I looked at that and I'm like, $50, damn. And then while I was looking at the shoes, one of the worker guys, I asked him, how do I tell stuff? Whatever. I asked him a question. And then when he walked away, he's like, everything, you can haggle down here. Everything is, all prices are like soft. It's a soft price. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. That's amazing. So I got very excited. Right. Okay. So the Coleman stove was originally 50, and I was like, okay, I know that it's worth $50. That's probably half the original value. It looks brand new, never used. And I when we were doing our little like banter markdown, I mean, it was fun. It wasn't like hard at all. I got him down on that one. He gave it to me for 35. So I went from 50 to 35. And brand new, that specific stove, which I did find, is $130 for retail. And then okay, so this one is what I am losing my shit over. Was that it? Yeah. Okay. This is let me get this tag. Okay. So this is a Lululemon Fleet Street hoodie. It's a run hoodie. Never fucking heard of it. The original tag says $178. It was labeled 30. No, it was labeled 45, and he gave it to me for 35. I've looked this up, and used it is $100. I got brand new. Okay, this is so fucking cool. Maybe I should just put it on. I'm gonna put it on. Oh my God, I love it. It is so comfortable. When I heard that I had $125 credit, I was like, oh my God, I could get that hoodie. I would never buy this. Well, I would actually, if I had found this and it was $35, I might have picked it up and decided to purchase it. But because I got free credit, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to have it. Anyway, okay, so. I think in the wind and the rain, that's going to be very comfortable. It's got super cool pockets, like a, you're not going to be able to see, but like a hoodie pocket. And then it has another little pocket where I think on the tag, does it say for phones? That's fucking stupid. Secure pocket for your phone, keys, or tunes. Yeah, that's bullshit. It's secure. It could be secure considered maybe for keys as long as you don't bounce too much because it's not a zipper. Anyway. It is cut really cute. It looks. This one does have a zipper. Anyway, it is. I love it so much, so comfortable. But this is the part that I'm losing my shit over, and it's not going to show up on screen. But this is that highly reflective stuff. And so when I'm going to be walking my happy ass down the road, walking a dog, in the dark or low light, my arms are going to go. Going to be like white. I love that so much. Ever since I started seeing that kind of fabric anywhere really. And then when I started seeing it on clothes, I was like, oh my God, I want some of that so bad. Just because it looks cool, really, not because I really needed it. But now I needed it. So you know what? This is also a business expense, which is another kind of divine compensation. So anyhow, so just for the trip to new next adventure, I think the total was around $500. So I had $125 credit, so I spent $0. The Columbia shoes retail were 130. I paid 30, so net divine compensation $100. Lululemon reflective hoodie, new $180. I paid 35, so what is that, like $145, whatever. Difference being the divine compensation. The Coleman stove, brand new, 130. I paid 35, so the difference is the divine compensation that would be added. The rain shell, 80, retail 7 is actually what I purchased. And so there's that total of value, retail plus and then minus what I actually spent. But because I actually spent $0, it's all divine compensation. So I received $500 in divine compensation yesterday by trading in something that I no longer needed or wanted. I did cry because I really thought I was going to get back on my board. I really, really thought I was going to get back on my board. But my body has said, no, never again. So I said goodbye to my board. I love you. I wish we could have spent more time together, and take it in. And I walk out with $500 worth of stuff that I really needed and wanted, but would not have purchased. And so it elevated my life experience even more than $500. Honestly, it's just that's the cash value. So yeah, hopefully once that's all put into like plus minus spreadsheet categories, it'll make sense how I arrived at that. And yeah, one of the main things being all of it was bonus. All of it was something that elevates my experience with a great deal of value at a very high quality. And I was not going to buy any of these things. Eventually I would have. That's not true. Eventually I would have bought all of these things. Even if I had to pay cash, I probably would have bought the marmot and I probably would have bought the shoes. But the thing is, I wouldn't have even stayed shopping. I wouldn't have gone shopping. That's it. I wouldn't have gone shopping if I had to pay cash. So again, it's all bonus. Anyhow, okay. So that is one example of divine compensation, practical divine compensation. Okay, I gotta take another break. Yeah. Okay, I can't take a break right now because I have to do these before my partner comes home because I want to put them away just because it's messy. Anyway, I can't let this be a long story, but these pants elevate my life experience by an extraordinary amount. The cash that I spent on them was $25. I did spend some time looking for them. Retail value $44. So difference between those is the cash value of the divine compensation. However, the level at which these elevate my life experience is I cannot put dollars on it. And that is because I found a black pair and a gray pair of what have been for the past, I don't know, like 5 years. It can't be that long. I don't know. I probably bought them in 2019. So I've had these 2 pairs of pants since 2019. I bought them at Costco. I know we're not supposed to buy clothes from Costco, but goddamn it, it's one of my favorite things are from there. And they were literally the perfect pants for me. The only thing, and I was perfectly happy to put up with it because it created a new fad for me, is my ankles were exposed. So I had to wear what I call ankle warmers. Other people would call whatever it is that thing you put at the top of your boot to make it look like you're wearing a sock under, whatever. Anyway, those warm my ankles when my pants are too short. But recently, I know this isn't going to be all that visible. Recently, I found these at Fred Meyer just because I had an intuition. You know what? I'm going to go check out the clothes. I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to go check it out. I hope I can find those pants. Like once in a while, I just look. Do I see anything? No, there has been in all these years that I've been looking at at Goodwill, Costco when I still had a membership, at Fred Meyer, at everywhere. Because I needed affordable, I needed pockets, I needed it to be comfortable, it's top notch, and I didn't want it to look like super frumpy and gross, which is sort of hard to do since I want all these things. But these are beyond even my wildest dreams, because I like the zippers. Um, and they're like totally closed, but don't get caught on stuff. And they have a pocket for cell phone on the side, which I'm just like, what the fuck, manufacturers? Why does it take us so goddamn long for you to put the cell phone pocket on anything besides goddamn leggings? I got a big old booty right now. I don't want to wear leggings, but that's the only place I can get one of these pockets. But now these pants, they're on there. I didn't think I would like having, a little bit of elastic at the bottom, but I actually fucking love it. The material is amazing. And so a while back, I found them at a Fred Meyer I go to a lot. I got a black pair and loved it so much. I was in love instantly. I'm like, these are the perfect pants. They do pick up lint, which I'm a little bummed about, but it's totally, totally worth it. And so I went back to Fred Meyer again. Not long after that, the black ones in medium were gone. So I'd actually bought a ton of pants, about like $160 worth of pants, and took almost all of them back because none of them worked except for these. So I settled and bought a powder blue color pair, which look like scrubs. They make my butt look humongous. But they're so fucking comfortable. I don't give a shit. So that was settling, but there were no more black ones. And I tried to find them at other stores. I could not find them. Had given up. But then I decided to try again. And they were in my other Freds again, but not the right size. And then today I went, you know what? I'm going to go to Interstate Fred Meyer and I'm going to look. They were there. They were there. I'm so fucking excited. So because I was heartbroken that I only had one pair, because I promised myself the next time I find perfect pants or perfect shirt, whatever it is, I will buy multiple. I will not have this problem again where for years on years I can't find fucking pants. Yeah, so I had. So this was humongous. It means so much to me because now I can stop looking too. But a bonus was these were marked down so much. I got both of these. What was it again? I think these were $9. Yeah, $9. Usually, shit. Where's that amount? Oh, I wrote it down. That's right. Oh no, I didn't. Where? Okay, okay. Shoot. I gotta find that receipt. I don't know where it went, but anyhow, I know that I'm almost positive it was $9, and I'm almost positive the pack otherwise would have been 25. And then this one, I still left the tag on. Originally was 17. It was down to 5. It's a little sushi, and my daughter at least used to love sushi, probably still does. And so she needs to have this little sushi. It's so cute. So the difference. Granted, I paid cash for these things. The pants, I'm over the moon. I needed them. These things were little bonuses, but I always keep an eye out for really sweet little gifts that I can give people, and I get them at a humongous discount. Then this feels like really valuable because now I'm going to turn around and this gives me an opportunity for connection with my daughter of something that she really likes. I'm going to have some spares that I can share with people. And later I'll have to come back and talk about the clothing swap I went to recently and got many hundreds of dollars worth of stuff for trade-in of a bunch of things I brought. So I got to clean this mess up. Okay, all done. Bye.